The recipe that I'm going to be making today is loaded baked potato skins. So I have some potatoes here that I have baked fully. I rub them with a little bit of olive oil and salt, and then I slice them open, and then I just scooped out a little bit of the inside, not all of the inside, but enough to give me an area to put some filling. And these are not the most giant potatoes. It's what I have right now, but you can get them a little bit bigger if you wanted it to be more of a side dish rather than like a little appetizer. Okay, and I have those there. Some of them I got a little closer than others. And in the pan here, I have some bacon that I have crisped up. All right, so when a recipe calls for bacon, 1 slice, 2 slices, you add it to the pan, let's say for carbonara sauce, or let's say you start off a soup with some bacon or something like that. What I like to do is have it in ready to go small pieces for when I want it for just part of cooking. So I take bacon and I partially freeze it, and then I cut through it. Okay, you push down like that, and then I like to leave a couple of big pieces. Let's say it's for on top of a burger, or let's say somebody does on the rare chance want it on like something for breakfast. You still have a piece that is not in tiny pieces, so that piece will fit into one Ziploc bag, and then the rest of them are already chopped up and ready to go into a pan. So for this recipe, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna take one of these out and I'm gonna fry it up in the pan, and it'll be my topping for my baked potatoes. And now you have a bag ready to go for when you just need a little bit. And it's very little bacon because this is gonna have more than enough calories from sour cream and cheese and all that good stuff. So it's just a little bit of bacon for flavor. And I've crisped it up, and I'm gonna put it off here to the side, and I'll drain it later as well. So I wanna drain off that fat, but there's still gonna be a good amount of flavor at the bottom of the pan. What I'm gonna be cooking in the pan with all of that bacon flavor, and again, it's about using the bacon flavor, but not adding a ton of extra calories with a ton of bacon. Okay. So here I just have some frozen spinach, and the water is going to kind of deglaze the pan a little bit, so I just defrosted that in the microwave. Okay, and I'm going to, as that cooks up, gets a little flavor in it, and I'm not going to add any salt and pepper just yet. I'm going to wait until I put the whole mixture together to see where it is. I'm going to mix up my potato filling. So I'm just going to mash this up. You could also do this with broccoli, would be really good. And I have about 3/4 of a cup of spinach here. And it's already cooked. I was just trying to give it that bacon flavor in there. And now I'm going to take a couple of scallions, the ones I've been regrowing. I'm going to keep these off to the side and regrow them. And just add that to the pan for a little flavor. Lower my heat because it's pretty much all cooked through. And this will just give it a light onion flavor. And this is going to bake again in the oven. Again, the twice baked potato part of it. Loaded twice baked potato. Right. It's not overly salty. If I was going to serve it on its own, I probably would add a little more salt. But I'm going to cover it in cheese, so that's going to have some salt. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of shredded cheese. This is Monterey Jack and cheddar. I'm going to do this over another area so that the cheese that falls down doesn't get all over my pan. Okay, now I'm gonna bake this at 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes as I see that the cheese starts to melt, and it really is gonna depend on how hot your potatoes were. So I had baked my potatoes earlier in the day and they're cool, so they might need a little bit longer. But if yours are fresh out of the oven, really all you're looking to do is melt that cheese. I have up my toppings, so I crumbled up the bacon and also drained those on paper towel, chopped up some chives, and I have some sour cream. This is a nice looking one. Okay, those two. Some chives. And a little bit of that bacon. Okay. Serve that with a little bit of salad. The potato skins stayed really nice and crisp, and you don't really see too much of the dark green spinach underneath there, but it's peeking through. But really what makes it pop is that bright green chive on top, and sour cream and chive on a potato always makes things great. And it's just a different twist on a baked potato, and it makes a nice lunch or light dinner with a salad.